Oh.
Hello and welcome to the highest energy podcast in the podcasting game.
Oh. Noise.
Hello. How are you?
Good. Well, I'm a little shocked. Don't look at me like that.
That's such bad broadcasting.
What?
How are you? Good.
Yeah. I know, yeah, but no. But I understand. But you know what it is? I felt it was accusatory in a way that you were like, how are you? Because you think I'm like doing bad. But like I'm not.
God, you're riddled in the head, aren't you?
No, I'm going to really do really well. What? Yeah.
That's what happens when you're off the sweeties. If
Like,
someone
I'm off
says,
my sweeties.
how are you? You assume that they're having a go at you.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say to me? How are you? What the fuck's
Yeah.
that supposed to mean?
How are you
You some
doing?
kind of wise guy?
How are you doing, brother? More like it. No, I tell you, I was.
Thinking every bit of polite conversation is just like, hello? What's that supposed to mean? Are you on the phone?
Yeah.
Shut up. Who are you talking to?
Yeah, no, I tell
Is it a good afternoon? Is it?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Fuck you, Margaret. Fuck you. Good morning. No, it's not a good morning.
It's a bad morning. Grow up.
I'm still tired. I've yet to meet a good morning. Literally, I've never met one. It's rotten that you have to get up out of bed every day. Life is a fucking sludgeless, a sludge flavored charade.
That 10 minutes at the start of the day are so key, aren't they?
I mean, like, if they are, I'm fucking it up every day.
I fuck it up most days. I got in a good swing of it for a while, but the only way I managed to get in a good swing is I would, as soon as my alarm went off, like, jump out of bed.
Yeah.
I think I've said this on the podcast before that I would practice getting out of bed.
You used to practice getting out of bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So-
something that comes naturally to a lot of people. But I guess, different needs for different people.
No, what it is you have to train yourself
Right.
to get out of bed
Yeah.
when your alarm goes off.
I mean, right.
So during the day,
Yeah.
I would get under the covers,
Mm.
set an alarm for 1 minute's time, and practice just getting up and getting straight to it.
You were like rehearsing for waking up.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the, I do get the logic of
Train
it.
your brain to get up and go. Not just up and go.
I do that second one that you
You
did.
do
I do like fly in the spider web. Like,
You live in Grogsville.
oh, lad. Grogsville, USA. It's fucking disgraceful. Do you do that now? Like, it sharps, you're up?
No, I'm back in a bad swing of things.
Yeah.
But so I would practice, and then the only way I could manage to start my day with any kind of momentum is I would have to, like, this is when I didn't live with my girlfriend. I would have to out loud say to myself, as soon as I got up, I would go, don't sit down, 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 and then I was going, and then I'm in the shower, and then halfway through the shower, I'm like, okay, I feel good.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Some days, man, like, it just depends with me. Sometimes I'll wake up and I don't feel like I'm kind of walking underwater, but the vast majority of times I'm like, why do I have to do this every single day?
Wait,
This is so nasty.
is walking underwater good?
No, lad, you're. Do you know what I mean? Like you're against an invisible force. You're not able. to
Okay,
just,
I
do you know
thought,
what I mean?
because I thought you were contrasting that. Because you said some days it'll feel like you're walking underwater, but other days it's terrible.
No,
Are
no,
you
no.
saying it's always bad?
Nah, yeah. It's bad almost every fucking time. I mean, like, I don't help myself. Like, this weekend, I did cocaine. I didn't, man, I don't buy this stuff.
You're not buying the coke.
I'm not buying
You're
it.
getting gifted it by kind strangers.
Buy little coke fairies that are flying around on the earth. They've got wind that I'm someone who'll, be grateful for that gift. It's just, it's around me. I'm attracting
Little
it.
Colombian fairies.
Little Colombian fairy. Hello, Mikey. Come over here. I got
to help you.
I got a little present for you. Say hello to my little friend. So this is what's happening. These little Colombian coke fairies are crawling out of the cracks in the floor, and they're like, "Oh, down here, Mikey." And but so then Anyway, so
Like the clown from It.
what?
Hey, you want some coke?
You want some coke? And that's how dumb I'd be. I'd be like, okay, evil clown living in the floor. I guess I'll come down for some coke. You seem like a straight shooter, evil clown that lives in the floor.
Evil Colombian
clown.
What's It in, I don't know how to say Pennywise in Spanish.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
Benny.
Wait, what's the...
Wisey.
What's a...
Wiseau.
It's a...
Peneo Wiseo.
I need I need to figure out how to say wise. How do you say smart in Spanish? You lived in Spain for such a long time.
Yeah, you are muy smarte. Muy smariente. Muy smariente.
It's probably like peso cerebro or something. Cerebro.
I don't
Peso
know.
cerebro.
Right.
That's the Spanish.
I don't know
Pennywise.
what I don't know what the fuck it is, lad. But this little Colombian
He's all over you.
he found me. So anyway, I was up. There's a couple of other young comedians doing the Glee in Glasgow. I was gigging in Glasgow. We were all dancing with the devil. We were like
Former
little,
podcast guest Marilyn Robertson was
she was
having
there.
a lovely time.
She was around, not incriminating her in any of the illegal activities, but she was there. She was fun. There's other
She's a
people.
wholesome islander. She would never be up to such things.
No, certainly not. And if it was to happen, it would just be an occurrence of nature, not something she intended to. It would be the wind would have caught
The wind on the North Sea would have
That's right, just flew it up her nose.
Up her nose.
And then sure, she was not to be blamed. But so then Elliot Steele was there as well, you know, who we've challenged. I challenged on a recent podcast to battle. I did not talk to him about that when we were in person. I pretended that I hadn't done that. So we were there anyway, and so we were, you know, we were up, and so we're on. There's a little bit of the devil's dandruff kind of floating up our snouts, and we were yapping away. We were drinking whiskey like sucky calves, and then it just gets to a point of where you're just like, man, you're working so hard and you're doing things right, and you know, you're doing all this shit.
Yeah, but we need to come up with a name for Inspirational Mike, because you turn into Tony Robbins and you get coked up.
You can't believe it. You're just like, you have to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning and you jump in an ice bath and you do not negotiate with your mind.
And it's already 5 a.m. and you haven't been to sleep.
And have no intention of doing it. I mean, I'm just writing these novels of motivational bullshit.
Yeah.
Like off the top of my head, it's quite impressive. But so anyway, what happened then? At one stage, anyway, you came up and we were talking about you, and it's like Vittorio's a good lad and stuff. So then anyway, next thing, Mike's off on his phone, and I goes,
Oh,
and
this is so funny!
And
This is so funny.
Anyway, I'm off on my phone then, and I'm like just making this like mess for Vittorio. I'm like, lad, just want to let you know, I love you. You're a good lad. Da, da, da. Your new show is brilliant. Da, da, and then all this stuff, and then just send. I'm like, oh, nice, right? So anyway, the next morning, obviously, I wake up and I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, just like, I can't.
Blind panic.
I can barely.
Because there's two different times of bad ways to wake up. There's the kind of like groggy and slow thing, but that's preferable to the what I often get, which is
yeah. I woke up just like, you know, like I was just out of breath. No,
just
you know,
the driest mouth in the world.
Well, yeah. Well, there's this, the cigarettes, the lies that came out of my mouth are also still around in my mouth. Like all this, I'm like, and then I'm like, oh fuck, and then so anyway, I goes into my like WhatsApp just see who's messaged me or like has Ramesh been on to me or something. So then I look and then I look, it goes down. And it's like, oh, Vittorio. I was like, I messaged Vittorio. And then I like remember the message. I was like, oh, fuck. And then it was early enough that, because I had done Charlie, so I couldn't really sleep that well. I was going in and out of sleep. So it was early enough that you hadn't woken up yet. And then I like messaged into it. And you know, I had the fear. And then I'm just like, I love you, brother. You know, this kind of stuff. And then I was like, oh, no way. No way is that fucking standing. Right? So just delete. But then, like, I had a message after that where I said,
like, also,
do you want to open for me for my show in London? This was at like fucking 3:30 in the morning. Do you want to open for me for my show in London? Like, it's fucking so stupid. So anyway, then like I just deleted that, and then obviously.
I wake up and the WhatsApp says, deleted message, also do you want to open for me in London? It's like, well, I'm in Edinburgh then, but what the fuck is this? What was the deleted message? And you were like, I was saying loads of nice stuff and I regretted it.
Yeah, lad. I woke up with the fear that I'd been kind.
You're the only person that wakes up going, "Oh, did I do something wholesome last night?
Like-
That's gross."
Like you're like, what did I say last night? I think I told my friends I love them. No,
God, you've got the strangest version of the fear ever. You wake up and go, "Oh fuck, I think I baked a loaf of bread last night.
mine is like,
Did I make cookies? Fuck."
I think I was very encouraging to everyone I met last night.
Oh shit! Did I make everyone's bed? I hoovered. What the fuck is going on?
Lad, I tell you, so I got back. So we got back to the hotel at like, I think like 4 or something like that. Now I hadn't planned to be out that late to kind of, but you know, the thing is you do have the whole next day. You're not really doing nothing.
Oh, if you're doing a weekend somewhere,
Yeah.
yeah.
So anyway, but then this is Mike. This is just me being like truly a special needs individual, like where it just the things I do don't make sense. So we're going up, and I'm getting like the elevator to my room, and then like Elliot, he's going to his room, and so anyway, I'm getting off of my thing. I say, oh yeah, now that I'm getting off, yeah, give me one last bump there, for what? For nothing. He just goes, yeah. I go. So now I just walk into it. Why have I done that? Why have I done that?
I mean, I don't understand why anyone does coke ever.
Right.
But that is fucking crazy to send you off to the land of Nod.
Absolutely.
That's like Tara O'Brien used to have a funny bit about the turn down team at hotels where they kind of like turn down your bed sheet and they have like a little put a little chocolate on your pillow.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, that's what I need just before I go to sleep. A little rush of sugar. And he's like, put a line of coke on there next time. Just
I mean that,
just tucked up in bed.
that's literally what I
Fizzing.
did. I went in and I'd be like, this will be class now. I'll go into my bedroom alone on drugs. This will be, what a party this will be. It'll be like fucking Paris in the 20s. So I goes in my room then and I'm like, I go say hi, and see this is where the mischief starts as well, because now I'm just there on my phone and just like everyone's stories I'm like you look great.
Flame
And I'm
emojis, hard eyes.
heart,
You're crushing it, brother.
Hard eyes, you're doing great, brother. Keep going, brother. I've just watched recently a Hulk Hogan interview with Theo Von, and I can't stop saying brother. I love it. So, but anyway, then I decided this was like just insane. I was like, I saw one of my friends from America, one of my best friends, that when I lived there, and I haven't talked to him like over a year or whatever, because just, you know, life.
He's in prison.
Yeah, because of what he
It's
did.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Mike started comedy with Harvey Weinstein in Chicago.
And he was a great comic. He was really good even then, but he was.
That's where Mike learned how to touch the audience.
That was his bit, yeah. But he doesn't use it anymore, so I was like, why can't I do it? But yeah, he would be wanking into plants in the corner of the stage and stuff. But that back then, it was funny.
It was fun. It was
Yeah.
part of, you couldn't get to the next level of Second City Improv without wanking into a plant.
Because the plants need to be fed, and nothing's healthy better for a plant than jism.
Yes, and.
Yes, and so anyway, so I decided I'll give my friend a ring. So I'm just on my toilet, and this is 4 a.m. and I'm just like, call. I haven't talked to him in over a year. And he just say, he's like, hey man, what's up? And then I'm just like, hey Chris. And then he's like, he's just like, oh hey man, what's going on there? I'm like, not much, lad. Just calling, just to see how you're doing, man. And he's just like, I'm doing good, man. I'm about to go on stage. It's like 10 o'clock there. He's like, I'm about to go on stage. What are you doing? I'm just in the toilet. He's like, it's pretty late there, right? I'm like, yeah, it's 4 a.m. And he's like, oh, cool, man. And then I'm like, yeah. Anyway, just wanted to say, it was just as soon as we were on the call, I was like, I am such a creature.
That's so funny. In my limited experience of drugs, when I took ecstasy for the first time, I did phone like 12 people.
Yeah.
And I was just so excited. And I remember I phoned my friend Meg. I was like, Meg, I've taken a pill. She was like, why have you done that? And I was like, because I was sad. And she was like, that's not a reason to take a pill. And I'm like, well, it fucking solved the problem.
I've never been happier. It's funny because you're just like a loved up telemarketer, you know, just fucking calling. You know what I mean? You know?
And you have to keep them on the phone.
You have to keep
You
them
always
on.
be closing. You gotta follow the script. And what's the script? I fucking love you, man.
Yeah.
I've always been you've got a little clipboard full of fucking, I love you, you're great. How's your mum getting on anyway?
Yeah.
Do you still have that dog? Oh, the dog's dead. Oh, that was such a great dog. That was the
great
best
dog,
dog I've
man.
ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah.
Oh man, we should move to Washington.
Yeah, lad. It is.
Just the script of like a call center.
It's the script
and
of.
he just walks into the call center, takes a pill, puts
Yeah.
on their little heads.
Yeah. And just call everyone you know and embarrass them with love and kindness. And just make them uncomfortable for the next couple of hours. Just munch, no, I love you, man. And like they're like, you know, they're like,
I'm just in the middle of dinner, man.
yeah, that's right. And you're like, yeah, don't worry about that, man. That's no bother, man. Oh, fuck, you're always great at eating dinner.
You're such a great cook. You're
man.
great at eating dinner, man.
You're great at eating dinner, man.
Some-
Eat with a lot of class, and your etiquette is top notch, man.
Elbows never on the table. Never on the table.
Never
I've
talk
always
with your mouth
loved.
full. I've been noticing a lot of people haven't, man. You're going to be able to make a lot of money out of that, man. You did that on stage when that would kill, man. If you just went up there and didn't talk with your mouth full, that would be unbelievable, man. If you chewed with your mouth closed like you do, that comes so naturally to you, man.
Some of these people out here looking like goats.
Yeah. Not you, man. Not you at all, man. Although you are the goat, in my opinion.
In my opinion, and you're the goat of eating with your mouth
like
closed.
Roast stuffed chicken, man. You're the goat of that. No one does it better.
Oh God, the ecstasy call center. That's so funny.
I know, yeah. Just loved up fucking telemarketers who can't just the swinging jaws. Like literally just everyone in the row of cubicles, their jaws swing together like it's a fucking musical.
And it's a call center, but the ecstasy and the jaw swinging makes them all sound like they're Indian. Like, hello, I want to talk to you about how much I love you.
I wanted just to do a quick checkup on my love for you.
How are you feeling about yourself right now? Yeah, it's not even how's your internet service provider. It's like, how's your self-esteem?
Yeah.
Just checking in to see whether you're happy with your self-esteem provider at the moment.
Because I think that you could really benefit from spending some time with me right now. And I would be very encouraging to you. For €5 a month, I will come over to your house and say the nicest things you can believe. Usually we do that kind of thing on the Patreon. But
Fuck it, I'm really past the point of caring about any of that stuff.
Oh yeah. So then the next morning, anyway. So I wake up, obviously.
Delete the message to me. Did you delete any other messages, or was it just the one that was nice to me?
No, the other people, I was like, no, they deserve the kindness. But I didn't want to throw you off on your tour. You know, like I thought that might
ruin the show.
Yeah, like just short circuit. Like if you get too much emotion put your way, that you might be just like, no. No. I you were the only person I had written out a message to. So, because we had been talking about you. So, anyway, then the next morning, so I couldn't really sleep. Obviously, because at 4 a.m, I decided it was a good idea to do a bump. It's just what I mean, obviously you're not in a rational state of mind. No. But I just don't understand what state of mind you get into where you're just like, yeah. I mean, there's no one else that's, even when they're doing it, there's no one else that's like, okay, I'm about to go to bed, right, come here. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous.
But there's always, like, I think the rationale, I think you might be wrong with it, the rationale of Coke is always just like, yeah, another bump.
More.
Do you know what I mean? It's just more of that.
Yeah.
More of that, because there's just the fear of the come down, I guess, is the worry.
Honestly think somewhere in my mind, I thought, if I have another bit here, I can have the greatest wank that was ever had in the history of time. And that's what I'm going to go back and do.
It's an absolute turbo wank.
Yeah, but to say that, I mean, my dick was not in the land of the living. Like, it was, you know, when it's as small as it can be. And I was really horny, and yet my dick was just so unresponsive kind of thing. It was just, it was just absolutely fucking gacked out.
Yeah.
Like my dick was fucking leaving WhatsApp messages for people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being like, I love you, man.
Do you think what happens when you do coke or take ecstasy is that all the depression goes to your dick?
I think they might
all
shove
the
it
negative emotion just goes to your dick, and
That's
then your
right.
dick just gets really insecure, and it's like
100%. Your dick is downloading a CBT app, and it's, you know. I did book a therapy appointment as well when I was
maybe your dick has done a cold plunge.
Huh?
Because you've given it depression. Your dick does a cold plunge, and that's why it gets so fucking small.
Lad, I emailed my old therapist
Drew,
as well.
you're back in the game with Drew.
I sent him an email. Like he's just going to see like 3:30 in the morning. I think I should come back in.
He's like, I agree. You didn't even have to read the email, just time. Yeah. See you soon, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh God, 3 a.m. I've learned this recently because I get little sudden. I'm so weird. I come at the end of like a few drinks and a night out, and I'll sit in bed and just do like admin. I'm just like, might as well get on top of this while I'm here.
I mean, that I've never heard something that makes more sense than you coming back after a night out.
3 a.m, just going, oh, I need to order this for the tour.
Yeah. Just in there, you literally doing a full day's work. Because it just does inflame your personality, like alcohol and drugs. So like you're just in a heightened state of admin when you're drunk. Like you just become more administrative and more organized.
Doing subtitles in multiple languages and all.
Yeah, people. It's a beautiful mind. You're just back and it's just
flying around.
Yeah, just ancient extinct languages. Contacting aliens. Like yeah, sending out like fucking mailing lists to Jupiter. Just did you see Vittorio had Martians at his show? Yeah, I don't know how he gets these people. And he just
targeted Facebook ads, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, he just gets shit faced, goes back to his room and contacts extraterrestrials for the night.
Right, yeah, so what the fuck was I saying?
But just very quickly, so then the next morning I just went up and went to a movie at 10:30 in the morning because I couldn't sleep.
That's great. I think that's a great way to spend a day. Myself and Connell on the tour are going to try and see all the best
Oscar movies.
Best picture, yeah.
Oh, lad.
That's what we're going to try and take off.
Let me tell you, I went and watched the movie. It's called The Holdovers.
I haven't seen that. It looks great. The poster's very blurry on the tube, and that annoyed me about it, but I've heard it's great.
Oh, lad, it's fucking beautiful. Now, I was still a bit charlied up when I was in there, and I did sneak in a load of Greg's. So I was in there.
Myself and Connell had a big Greg's the other day. What did you go for from Greg's?
Okay.
What's your go-to Greg's?
For me, now, this is and it can depend, but I got a sausage roll.
Okay.
I got cheese, sausage, and bean melt bake thing, and a Bavarian slice dessert.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, and now I could go with chicken bake or steak bake as well. It was just I had seen that the cheese, sausage, and bean. I saw it come
warm.
out the oven.
If you see it come out the oven, you get it. You get it.
Yeah,
you get it. That's it.
I'm no fool. I'm getting it.
That's it. So myself and Connell have been very healthy on the tour thus far. We're doing good, and you know it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You just gotta like. No
you
bullshit.
Getting gay bowls in Nando's?
What's
the gay bowl or rainbow bowl?
No, we're not getting the gay bowl in Nando's.
Oh man, I'm not getting the gay bowl in Nando's. It tastes like cock. No, it tastes good. But
I get chicken thighs, broccoli, and coleslaw. That's my go-to healthy Nando's.
Beautiful.
It's good shit, you know? And then we're having like every venue we steal a couple bananas from the green room and have them for breakfast the next morning.
Right.
We're all over it. But then there was one day where a few of our cousins were at the gig in Salford, and then the next morning, because we'd had a couple of pints the night before, which was our one like pinty night of the first week of the tour, then we had a Greg's in the morning, and I was like, I'm getting a ridiculous Greg's. So I got a chicken bake and a steak bake and a pepperoni pizza slice.
Yeah.
That was unreal. This is controversial.
I don't think it will be.
If I'm going to Greg's,
yeah,
I'm never getting a sausage roll.
I thought it wasn't going to be controversial, and then it was.
Never.
But what's your problem? What's your
sausage rolls?
Yeah,
without sauce are pointless.
That's not true.
Waste of time.
They're not a waste of time.
Waste of time.
Time well spent.
Give me ketchup or give me death.
Juicy time, effective time. Huh? Ketchup or death? You don't want...
Give me ketchup or give me death.
What is it about pastry or sausage you don't like exactly?
I need some juice. I need some sauce. I need some textural difference. I need some flavour.
Whoa! Flavour of sausage. Best flavour there ever been.
There's
never been better flavour,
There's
brother.
no sausage roll that survives without sauce. Sausage rolls need sauce at all times. And do you know what?
Do you know what they
Bizarrely,
need? They need a man that has a little bit of balls. That's what they need. They need someone who wasn't a percussionist. Okay, that's what they need. Because let me tell you, there's a lot of fucking sausage rolls that get gobbled up every day happily.
But that's just by the fucking sheep.
What?
If you're eating a sausage roll without sauce, you're a fucking sheep. And do you know what? Ketchup is the number 2 option for a sausage roll.
What's your number 1?
Barbecue sauce on a sausage roll. You're lying to yourself. You know that sounds great.
No, it sounds all right.
It sounds great.
Look, it sounds all right.
Sausage rolls dry are fucking bullshit.
Ketchup with sausage roll, I like it, but I think this idea that a sausage roll is worthless without ketchup is a nasty thought that you shouldn't have shared.
It's like tonic without gin.
That is rotten.
Yeah.
Even tonic with gin, it's like we probably could have done something better.
Yeah.
Why are we doing that? I think people got told it's gin and tonic and everyone just accepted that.
Tastes like floor cleaner.
Yeah, why don't you just get
gin and tonic's
a
just
gin
so
and
weird.
any other fucking drink that tastes nicer than tonic?
Yeah, maybe like a gin and Fanta, that would probably be nice. Lemonade. Gin and lemonade.
Gin and lemonade. Gin and Coke.
I don't know if gin and Coke is working.
Gin and whiskey. That's a good one. You ever do that?
It's basically a Long Island iced tea, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Long Island iced tea is just all the booze and then a splash of Coke.
Yeah.
It's a kind of mad drink.
It is, yeah. But sure, people can sell you anything. It's just all marketing. It's just like, it's Long Island iced tea. Okay, I guess they make these in Long Island. It's just fucking a shitload of booze and then just a tiny bit of Coke. And it's like, what's that? Oh, it's a Mumbai fizzy. Whatever. And you're like, lovely.
Also,
it's a delicacy of some part of the world.
I like I only just realised this. First time someone mentioned a Long Island iced tea to me, I assumed it was some kind of tropical drink.
Yeah.
Long Island is just like in New York.
Yeah, it's just where a load of Jewish people live in New York.
It's where Trump's from.
It's where Seinfeld's from. Yeah.
It's just so not a cocktail-y place. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but it's just people have to call drinks something.
Yeah, but surely it would be like a fucking, Trinidadian iced tea or like some...
What to make it like to appeal to the blacks? What?
No?
It's where Dwight York's from, lad.
It's where Dwight York? Yeah, that's true. Trinidad and Tobago.
Duke of York.
I don't think he would like that, given that the Duke of York is a paedophile.
Oh, the current Duke of York is a pedo. But
that's true.
The most famous Duke of York, who was like the Randall Duke of York, he had 10,000 men, marched him up to the top of the hill. He was actually a very...
the current Duke of York had 10,000 girls.
Yeah, he did, yeah. He marched them up to his bedroom, and that's the end of the song.
And he didn't break a sweat.
Yeah, and they're never seen again.
Grim. That's grim.
But anyway, so
grim.
I goes into the holdovers with a
batch of Greggs, which you're allowed to bring in. You're allowed to bring any food into the cinema. Everyone's like all stressed, hiding stuff. You can just bring it in.
Yeah, the people working at cinema are stoned, apathetic people who do not have that long to live.
Yeah.
Most of them have suicidal ideation in there. Because as well, everyone that comes into the cinema gets annoyed with them every time about the prices.
Do you?
I don't, because I have decency.
Tickets or snacks?
But you just snacks. You always just see people just be like, 10 quid for the popcorn drink. And you see the people behind the desk be like, you this isn't your first day on earth. You know how we price things here.
Yeah.
And also, I don't own the Everyman Cinema in Glasgow, right? I fucking, I failed.
This popcorn is getting paid more than I am.
100%. This popcorn is fucking living on a yacht, So, but anyway, so I goes in with the
Do you think, just a quick aside on cinemas?
Yeah.
I think that cinemas are like, I go to the cinema fairly regularly, would like to go more, and did for a while, like go pretty regularly, and it was almost always almost entirely empty
at the cinema.
Fuck all people in the screening.
Yeah,
for whatever it was, barring, and the only time it was like rammed full of people is when I went to watch Jurassic Park 30th anniversary on World Cinema Day, and it was £3 tickets.
Nice.
And it was rammed full of people, and I did a quick fucking scan around. I was like, right, last time I was in this screen, there was 5 people here. and we paid £15 each. That is £75.
Yeah.
Now, there's 100 people here, £3 each, £300, plus snacks.
That's more.
Plus drinks, plus whatever. It's shitloads more. Our cinemas just fucking themselves by charging 15 quid, whereas if it was 3 quid, if you had any spare time in any given day and you could go see a movie in the cinema for 3 quid, you'd fucking go, wouldn't you?
You'd go in there, lad.
Even if it was just a fiver. No, I'm not saying 3, but like a fiver.
For a nap and a seat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They would maybe have a lot of homeless people sitting there.
Yeah, they
if
would.
If that were the case, if it was cheaper than a hostel.
Yeah, but what's wrong with homeless people? Do you know what I mean?
They smell?
Yep. You've nailed it. I just, in my head, I'd forgotten about that. No, they do, yeah. Actually, lad, this guy, in London the other day, I'm on the phone, just standing there in London. I'm on the phone, which I'm cripplingly addicted to now. I think they've made my phone more addictive. It's getting out of hand, like where I truly am like a scattered addict with it. Yeah. But so anyway, I'm there, you know, fucking filling my head full of evilness on my phone. And this lad just scuttles out of nowhere. Like, they're scuttling now a lot, the homeless.
In Scotland?
Oh, lad.
They do kind of appear out of nowhere at the minute. I've had a few where I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
They've gone the way of the cockroach.
They've
you know
become
what I mean?
sneaky.
Like, they've become Beatlesque in their movements. They've been spending a lot of time with different types of insects, so they're inheriting their habits. So he just scuttles up
like
out of nowhere. Like
ninjas of the street.
Yes.
Binges.
Yes, exactly. A ninja. A ninja trained in a bin. So anyway, your man comes out with a fucking shadow, you know, just over to me. He was there, now he's here. It's like Pennywise the clown. You know the way Pennywise comes at you, like,
yeah.
So he just comes at me. I'm just there on my phone, you know, just looking at someone left a comment on the McGregor video, and I'm like, hey, will I reply to that? And then he and I goes, fucking. I was like, Jesus Christ! And so then he just goes, yeah. Got any money for me? I have no what to say. You got any money for me? And I goes, But he got me so like frightened. I just goes, fuck. I just want to give him some get out my face money, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, So I goes down into my pocket. And I'm like, I hope just give me a fucking coin or something. There's no coins in there, but there's just one note. And then in my head I was like,
you're taking a risk. You're taking a risk.
I know, but so then I goes, oh fuck. I goes, fuck it. I goes, do you know what? If it's a fiver, I'll just fucking give it to him, right? So anyway, I pulls it out. Disaster, it's a 20. I goes, Jesus. And your man's eyes light up like, he's good. You know, just like, perfect. You know, like he's just like, my precious. He can't believe it. This is his birthday. Everyone's coming on. So then I can't not. Like, I'm just like, I can't be like, you're not homeless enough for 20. You know what I mean? Like, I want to give you something, but I don't want you to actually be able to buy anything of worth, you know? So anyway, I gives it to him, and then he looks at it and he just goes, he says, Scottish currency. It was a Scottish 20.
Even the fucking homeless.
Even the homeless. I swear to God, he goes, it's a Scottish one. And I got so offended. I goes, well, fucking give it back. And then he just goes, it'll do all right. And then just, you know, he just scuttles off again.
That can fuck like off. And you're there arguing, doing like the Frankie Boyle argument with a fucking homeless person. That's fucking legal tender.
It's like legal tender. That'll get you your heroin. Go on. Go get your crack with that, you fiend. And then he made me feel bad for giving him 20. Like, there was no like, oh, thanks to him for 20. Scottish. Like, give it back to me. Then he goes, no, it'll do. And then he's off again. And I was like, do you know what? There's no good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, that's absolutely rinsed.
Isn't that rancid?
I know there's a few people, probably big, very wealthy comedians like Daniel Kitson and Tommy Tiernan in his show. I think we spoke about this. He said anytime he sees a homeless person, he just basically gives them all the cash he has in his wallet. And he said, we can use that. That's next time. Use Tommy's excuse.
What's Tommy do?
Because Tommy, the whole way through his show, was talking about the fact that all of his money was our money. That we'd very kindly given to him. Which I thought was really funny. It
is funny.
Yeah, he was like, I would have lived in town, but you just kept saying, no, Tommy, you need more space for your thoughts. And, and he says, I always give it, and he goes, so next time a homeless person comes to you and says, you have to give me money, just say, I think Tommy paid you already.
Oh, that's very good.
Oh my God, it's the boys' first ad read. Are you so excited? wholesome Manscaped stuff.
Oh,
That's the nose hair trimmer.
nice.
Nice. Let's do the read. We've got all this. Look at all this cool stuff that they've given
Look at
us.
this. What the hell?
Look at it. Look at this.
Maradona could have. Look at that.
Look at that.
Maradona wouldn't be
Look,
the first thing he shoved up his nose. No.
Okay, first
now.
ad read. We've already done that.
Oh, no.
2024 is here in full swing, and that they haven't quite got our lexicon yet. Stop doing that on mic, please.
All right, but I thought it'd be good.
You can hear what it sounds like. We've got an ASMR ad read here. 2024 this episode is brought to you by Manscaped. 2024 is here in full swing, and that means it's time for a New Year's resolution check-in with our friends at Manscaped.
Shave your bum.
Beep, beep, beep.
Come on. No one wants
It's never too late to level up your grooming game and keep your bush tamed.
Whoa.
Manscaped's new
Your George Bush tamed.
Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. This is the 5.0 Ultra.
Nice.
Is every man's cheat code to look good, feel good, and turn the page on confidence this year. Whether you're going for a trim or that clean-shaven look, this trimmer has you covered. Trusted by over 10 million men worldwide, now is your time to get a grip on your grooming with our exclusive offer. It's exclusive
nowhere else.
to you. You can't get Manscaped discount codes anywhere. Go to manscaped.com and use code parenting.
Whoa.
Use code parenting for 20% off. That's a lot of percents. That's a lot of percent. And
double 10.
And free shipping.
Whoa, I don't believe that. No way.
Shipping these days costs so much.
That's too
good. They're basically paying you to trim your ball hair.
That's right.
The ball has dropped, but don't drop the ball on your balls.
That's right, because if they're hairy and then the woman was like, and then her mouth is full, nobody wants that.
How are the New Year's resolutions holding up, Mike?
Why would they want that?
How are the New Year's resolutions holding up, Mike?
Not good till now.
How are your New Year's grooming resolutions holding up?
Bad, because I didn't have this. Really bad because I didn't have this.
My New Year's resolution was to keep my face and balls nice and trimmed, and they give you 2 different bits and bobs if you get all the pack stuff. So there's one that goes on your face and one that goes on your balls.
You don't have to cross-contaminate your hair and ball hair.
You don't want to get ball and mouth disease.
No way. You're not a cow.
Introducing the MVP of 2024, Manscaped's 5th generation lawnmower.
Fifth generation?
Fifth.
The Rock was a 3rd generation wrestler. This is a 5th generation.
Imagine how big this is if it was a wrestler.
That's right.
It's not just a trimmer, it's your grooming sidekick. Equipped with 2 skin-safe blade heads, that's the thing I just mentioned.
Yes.
A standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. It's like having a personal stylist at your fingertips.
Nice.
Or, well, wherever you need it, balls.
Your ball sack.
And did we mention it's waterproof? Because a trim in the shower is the only way to start the day. And
there's no other way. If you start the day any other way, you're going to want to kill yourself.
You're a fucking idiot.
You're going to want to commit suicide if you don't.
Don't do that. Not in the ad read.
But I'm just saying, if you don't shave your balls in the morning, you're going to feel like life's not worth living.
They haven't given us any money yet, Mike.
What?
Please stop trying to lose another
I'm not
sponsor.
trying to lose it. I just don't know what we do with the money. I have enough.
Oh man! No, don't shave me during the ad.
Come on, what? No, this will be good. This is good.
And for my men who want the full grooming experience, look no further than Manscaped's Performance Package 5.0. In this grooming kit, you get the trusted lawnmower, Manscaped's ear and nose hair trimmer. Hold it up, Mike. Hold up the ear and nose hair trimmer. So this is the lawnmower, ear and nose hair trimmer, and essential aftercare products with the crop soother, ball aftershave lotion, and crop preserver anti-chafing ball deodorant.
That's right.
Yeah, it's deodorant for your balls. Bet you didn't think you needed that.
You do, because they stink. They stink of rotten eggs.
As a gesture for the new year, they even threw in 2 free gifts.
I don't. They when I thought they couldn't get any more kind.
The Boxers 2.0. You've heard of Boxers?
I've heard nothing but Yes,
but this is the sequel to Boxers.
The sequel to Boxers. Tokyo Drift.
2 box 2 hours.
There you go, baby.
The boxers, the Chamber of Secrets.
I think that's what you called your balls. The Chambers of Secrets.
Boxers 2.0 and the Shed 2.0 toiletry bags. You've heard of Sheds?
Of course I have.
This is the
I used to finger myself in one.
Whoa. Shed 2.0. The sequel to the Shed. It's like a wash bag. It's a toiletry bag. Because they know good. Because they know good.
They know good.
Sorry, they know good and well.
Yeah. You have to read the next part of the sentence for it to make sense sometimes.
Because they know
And
good.
you'd know that better if your balls were shaved. You'd feel more sleek and mentally agile.
Because they know good and well you're still rocking boxers from you're
Whoa! What's happened to
freaking
you?
out right now.
You're freaking out.
I haven't read in a long time.
You're feeling all the money leaving. Another failed corporate
I
adventure.
know, because they know good and well you're still rocking your boxers from high school, which is basically
Lads.
inappropriate, I would say. You can't be
Because
wearing...
that's a teenager's boxers. That's pedoing.
No, stop.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's good. It's nice. But you do need new ones. So
Why is the ad read the funniest bit of the podcast?
and Manscaped, you know, clean your bum with the thing. What? Is it not saying that? No? Keep a dirty bum then. I don't care. We're for everything.
We're for Manscaped.
Yeah.
Let's face it, resolutions might come and go, but a well-groomed you is here to stay. Thanks to Manscaped.
Yes.
Get 20% off and free shipping with the code PARENTING, PARENTING at manscaped.com. Embrace a new you and definitely embrace a new trimmer courtesy of Manscaped.
And
please.
And women too.
There's a ad read for people with a female audience, which is basically all of those things we just said, but for your boyfriend.
Right. You can get, if your boyfriend has a filthy, rotten, hairy pair of balls, and you're like, I don't want to go near that. And then you say, hey, I'd like to make it supple and tasty down there.
Buy him a present that's really a present for you.
Yes. Hey, I would like to do butt stuff. All Gen Z are talking about it. But his ass is like, you know, a blown out city in the Middle East.
Thank you so much for listening to this ad read in the middle of the podcast. Enjoy the rest of the podcast and please...
We'll edit it. We can edit it.
You need to stop saying things will get edited because you don't do any of the editing.
I know. When I say we, I mean not me.
Enjoy the rest of the episode. Bye. Yeah, God.
What do you think about this UK conscription? You're going to be conscripted into the army. Did you see that?
I feel like that's unlikely for me.
Why? Well, your
Not
head
a
is probably
helmet in
medical
the world. Someone on the tour said to me that they were disappointed by the size of my head.
Oh, like that wasn't fat
At
enough.
the merch desk, he was like, "It's not as big," and I'm like, "I know it's not.
Yeah.
It's pretty normal."
No, lad. No. It's an optical. Sometimes light can shine on it, and it seems smaller than it is. I can guarantee I see it every day. It's like a fucking beluga whale's head.
But that's not a thing.
You know, a beluga whale. It is a thing, lad.
I'm just getting confused because you say balubas, which somebody said was some kind of like racial thing.
It is, lad.
Yeah.
It's to do with, I only read this in the book I'm reading, but it's to do with the Congo in like the early 60s. The Irish army were kind of trying to ingratiate themselves with like the rest of the West, we'll say. And there was like these Americans and British soldiers were in the Congo. I don't know, the Belgians were doing something mad there as well. But anyway, the Irish sent a peacekeeping force there. Now, they sent like a load of like 17-year-olds who went over like, and the Irish like had uniforms that didn't fit them and just like guns that were made of straw and like just, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were just an embarrassing
Just
backwards
an
nation.
army of scarecrows.
100%. Just skinny little fellas who could tell you a poem, but not much use in war. So they'd go over and
Saints and scholars.
exactly,
Not
yeah.
soldiers.
So when they went over, like the Americans had to get them their own uniforms and all this shit and da. But so these lads weren't even fucking trained. They're just fucking young lads who came straight from playing hurling in Tipperary, and now they're in the Congo, in the jungle in the Congo.
They're pucking grenades back and forward with their guns.
Yeah. Oh, who's up for the high ball? Fuck's sake. So anyway, so they were out in the Congo, and sure, they didn't know their arse from their elbow. They were kind of at sea, and next thing, there was some sort of attack by a local militia, Congo militia, and 9 of them got killed, right? And then this militia or whatever, this area in Congo became known in Ireland, because this then came back to Ireland, and this was like Irish people at that stage. I'd never met a black person. Phil Lynott or Paul McGrath hadn't come on the scene yet. No. So they were like, it was this strange land, these strange people. So Irish people started calling it Beluga land. Just they were like, did you hear what happened over in Beluga land? And then it became a phrase that, like, if somewhere was like, "Jeez, I was down in Mullingar the other day, it is no better than Beluga land," you know. And then it became a phrase that if you were something, you went wild last night, or people were wild. Jesus, they were absolutely balubas last night.
This is like what English people like use, like, "Oh, I threw a party." We're doing the exact same thing to Congolese people.
Yeah.
Although fucking Congolese people get a lot of stick from other African people. This comes from my experience of teaching in a school in South London, where there's kind of infighting between the black students.
Oh, really?
Depending on where they're from, whether they're African or Caribbean, and then within Caribbean they talk about like Nigerians and Congolese or whatever. And I remember I had one student who was Nigerian, and then one student who was Congolese straight after, and the Congolese student walks in, the Nigerian goes, "Get away from me, you Congolese demon." And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And the Nigerian leaves. Congolese sits down and goes, "Fucking voodoo over there, bad juju coming into the lesson." I was like,
oh, really?
What the fuck is happening?
And you got to let them have their own. They're allowed to say it to each other.
Yeah, I was just sat there like, yeah. Did I ever tell you this? I had one student in that school who would come in and just call me a different white name every class.
As a slur, as a
She'd
slag.
just walk in and go, "Hello, Philip."
Who was your student? Patrice O'Neill.
And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then I said to her one day, I was like, I can't do that to you. You can't walk here. And I'm like, "Well, how's it going, Letitia?"
Moesha. Fucking, yeah.
But you were coming James. Fucking.
Oh, you George.
Yeah, just there like, I'm fucking, what? This feels wrong.
I'm Italian. Vittorio. We're kind of minorities too. But there was a time when you weren't white, really. Italians.
Same for Irish people.
Same
really.
for Irish.
We've always been the whitest, but not really like culturally or societally white.
That's
in
right.
that way. But I'm interested by this conscription idea.
Lad.
So like, because the whole thing is that fuck all people are joining the army. They tried their best with those. Sure, I was born in Carlisle. Yes. But I was made that you can fix it. You can fix a cheese grater. Why not fix a helicopter as well? That feels good, doesn't it? Like all those ads that were all like, "Be the best, be the best.
Life less
Join
ordinary.
the British Army. Join the army today. Be the best." Yeah, life less ordinary, all this shit. You don't want to be a fucking working class scumbag. Come join the army, you fucking stupid cunt.
Yeah, you don't want to be a little fucking raggedy fucking shitbag, do you? No.
Join the army. And then
come kill some people from different countries.
come kill some ethnics.
Come probably get killed yourself.
But be a good laugh.
Yeah.
And you'll learn some skills before you get killed.
Come have your leg blown off in somewhere in Africa. Let's do it.
So like people are like, why are people not joining the army? And I'm like, is it because like films exist, or like, I mean, Twitter now, and I know you don't spend very much time on Twitter. Twitter now is just constant videos of people dying or getting killed.
Yeah.
So I think our generation have like an awareness of what getting killed looks like.
That's right.
In like unfortunate circumstances. Like I've watched videos of people being
the power
shot.
Of film.
Yeah. I've watched videos of people being shot, beheaded, all that fucking shit.
And most of the movies, everyone dies. And they're all like in horrific ways, or they're like
Yeah, the opening 20 minutes to Saving Private Ryan really did a number on recruitment for the army.
100%.
Yeah, it's just like Jesus Christ.
Because what you need to do is do it like they did, like back in the day in the 80s, like in when Top Gun came out, they would literally have like stands to join like the US Navy.
At the cinema?
Like outside cinema, yeah. But that was all like yeah. I'm
And
flying this plane and fucking all these girls.
And the one guy that died is like a tragedy, and it's like, God.
Yeah. And as one guy, and
one person dies.
And it wasn't the cool hot guy which you think you are. So you're like, I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll be fine. And it's like the chances of someone dying in the army, according to that film, are minuscule. They were all so upset and shocked by it.
They couldn't believe someone died in the army. It was a real left turn. They hadn't foreseen it. But
at war?
At fucking war. Have you seen All Quiet on the Western Front?
I haven't. I've heard it's great though.
Jesus, that'll have you fucking rocking in your cot now.
Yeah?
Oh, that'll have you rattled. The true malignant horror war will be fucking stirring around your brain for a week. That is absolutely grim.
Because there's theories that like quite a lot of those quite jingoistic or like your Top Guns and things like that are funded by like the CIA and things.
Aye.
To promote this idea that America could support the troops, blah blah blah.
That's
all
right.
that stuff.
Well, it's a fact that after World War II, the Americans were afraid that communism would take hold in a lot of European countries.
Because the communists crushed it.
That's right, and obviously Russia had a massive part in the victory, and they took a huge amount of the fucking.
Wasn't there a thing that like the Americans were almost like torn between like just letting Nazism ride rather than having communism win? They were a bit like fascism versus communism. They're like,
right, yeah, you're doomed if you do, doomed if you don't.
Yeah.
I'd say there's certainly something there. They've always hated commies, but Roosevelt himself was quite socialist enough, like the American president that got them in. So he wouldn't have been as big a fucking right wing hack as others. But the Americans after World War II, so they funded Hollywood to keep pumping movies into all these European countries, like fucking Italy, like Eastern Europe, all these places as far as they could.
Pro-capitalist,
yeah, because to keep fucking promoting the American way of life, like you can be anybody, opportunity, capitalism, you can be rich, you can be famous, you can be a star, da 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 da.
Yeah.
So they, even though these movies were making a loss in Europe, they subsidized it just to keep pumping the American way of life, da 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 da, into the heads of everyone, and it worked, and that's why like there's never been a better propaganda campaign in the history of existence than Hollywood for America. Like we always grew up thinking like America are the fucking heroes of the world.
The bee's knees,
They're the bee's knees.
But it's like
they're hot, sexy winners and fighters of freedom.
That's one thing. I think we all kind of like shake ourselves out of that. Although there are still quite a lot of people in the UK and Ireland that think America's the fucking greatest place and like everybody should.
It is pretty sick, brother.
I mean, I haven't been there in a long time. I've never been there as a grown up.
I like it.
It's good. I think like what were the like? There's probably bad things about it. I'd say that did you have any illnesses?
Only if you don't like racism. And then it's pretty rough.
But the healthcare thing feels like the biggest stumbling block for me. For
yeah, if you get
America.
a cold, you're fucked.
Yeah, that seems like the biggest one where it's like, that's a mad thing for a country not to have. Or like, because obviously like there's a difference between people think like all private healthcare is an absolute fucking nightmare. Like there's different versions of it around Europe, but there's slightly less fucking insane than the American one, where an ambulance costs like $2,000.
Well, the whole thing is in America is like, hey, listen, if you want to be industrious and fucking, if you got a few schemes up your sleeve, you can make a load of fucking money. And it won't be as obstructed by regulations and this, that, and the other. But like, if you're
which part of me's into, I mean, I'm like, I could fucking do a number on that.
Oh, lad, you'd be so rich in America, it'd be unbelievable. Yeah. You'd own islands by now if you grew up in America.
I would have bought Little St. James.
You would absolutely own Epstein's Island. No doubt about it. So there's that aspect of it, but then like with that comes like that. Well, if you're kind of a fella now that likes to now lie on the couch and doesn't like to move around as much, or if you're sick or disabled, or if you're not white, or there's a lot of things, then it won't be as good.
Bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
It
Yeah,
probably won't be as good.
My uncle in America was just like, it's really quite easy to make money over here, if you just like work at all. Really, you kind of put your
That's
mind
the
to it,
thing.
or any kind of business savviness to you. You can just really climb the ranks.
If you're a barman in Ireland, the UK, or anywhere like that, like, you just leave your family, abandon your children, go to America,
Yeah.
live there, work at a bar. Even if you go over legally, you can't get a visa. You can make like $2,000 a week, $3,000 a week as a barman there, just on tables. You can make more in some places. Like there's just money in that place. If you've a head that's hungry for money, if you have a little money hungry head in you, which you do have, a money hungry fat head in you, you go over there, make a fortune, be the king. Yes, you lose all your morals, you lose all kind of connection to decency and family and community.
Yeah.
But you'll get prescription drugs you'll get very easily. You can be on lithium, Valium, citalopram, Lexapro. You don't feel anything. The money's coming in. You're building this stuff. You've got an American accent now. Your wife has a big fake arse. You're eating it, but she's cheating on you with someone. You don't care. You're cheating too. America.
The whole kind of side hoe thing is quite proliferated in America. I don't really understand. Like, that seems so...
You've got a hoe at your side.
But it seems so accepted, like the side chick thing.
Well,
like
no,
in culture, I don't know, maybe it's just like an online thing of people having more bravado than the truth of the matter, but it does, from the looks of the internet, it looks like every American man just cheats on his missus.
It's African American men. All right, that's an African American thing. Now, this is not to say the other Americans don't cheat, but it's in culture there. Like, because I worked at Whirly Ball in America.
Now, what's a whirly ball?
Oh, lad, it's the greatest game ever invented. So, it's a mixture between like bumper cars. Do you know when you're going around your bumper cars? But then you have a little.
Yes.
But you've got a little. Imagine you didn't. You're like, never heard of bumper cars.
It's like polo, but with bumper cars.
That's right. And you've got this little scoop thing, and you throw them around to your friends, and then you've got like a hoop, but it's not like a basketball hoop. It's like a fucking like Looney Tunes fucking circular thing.
Quidditch.
Yeah, kind of. But then you
it's
throw
flat
it
that way. It's flat that way.
flat this way. So then you like a goal, and then you fuck the ball into the goal, and people come and just get absolutely shit faced on Christmas parties, and they're doing coke in the jacks, and they're trying to finger their secretary, and then they're doing the bumper cars, they're playing that, and then there's a bowling alleys, and I was a fucking waiter there, and it was like the wild fucking west, because there was all these different parties, you were trying to get them, you were ringing up bills that were bigger than they were paying, because they had the corporate account. So the boys would always be teaching me. My friend John and Andre, these were two black fellas from Chicago, absolute legends. Now they would think that like not if you had only had one girlfriend like that's your gay. You know what I mean?
Right. So
like
you have to have multiple. Yeah. You have
like
to
you're
have
gay,
at
I'm
least
gay.
one on the side.
To them. Like it's not even like a question. It's just like, yeah, and then one of my side chicks works here, and da. Like, it's just obviously you've got several.
That's
ladies,
crazy,
but like,
isn't it?
But then if you said to them,
The admin of that.
the admin's unbelievable, but these guys, these are really organized men. And,
Spreadsheets.
that's right. I went on a drug deal with one of them once, and I felt like I may have made a massive mistake here. Because they were like, you want to come? I'm doing this business. And then I was like, yes, I do. And then as I was going, I was like, no, I don't.
Yeah, I really don't want to be here for this drug deal.
I'm afraid now. But so anyway, but that's the way those boys are. But then it's like this guy. So I met this fella. I wonder if I've said this on here before. I was in Melbourne once, right? And then I got into this taxi, and I was talking to this taxi driver, and he was an African guy that had moved to Melbourne. And he was telling me, he's like, you can get everything in this city. He's just like, he's like, if you're into music, you can go to music.
Melbourne feels like kind of the America of Australia. Does that make any sense?
It does, yeah. Well, it is. It's the most liberal part of Australia. It's the coolest part.
Yeah. All the stuff going on, culture, art,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
People smoke weed, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Brother. And people stay out after 12, man.
Oh, my goodness. That sounds crazy.
But so he says to me, it's funny the way he was saying it. He goes, man, he was like, if you're into music, just music, into sports, just sports, you're into whatever you want, you can do it in this way. And I was like, oh, like a city. And then he was going, but he didn't. He was like, but no, because he's only been to Melbourne. So he just thinks this is a magical place.
That's like people who grew up in London. They're like, you can do anything here. And I'm like, yeah, Manchester.
Yeah.
Pretty good as well.
Other places have shops. You know what I mean? But people just...
they're like, the London Eye. Yep.
Yeah.
Big fucking expensive Ferris wheel. Sounds good to me.
That's right. So then anyway, he goes, so you can get whatever you want. And I was like, oh, that's cool, man. And he's like, I was like, what are you into? And he just goes, women. And then I was like, oh, all right, that's
hobbies,
cool.
women.
Yeah, hobbies include women. And then he's like, man, there's women, every kind of woman. And now he starts doing this. I was like, keep your hands on the wheel. Dude.
Yeah,
He's like, whoa, every kind of woman. I was like, man, he's like, I'm talking to like 40 different women on my phone right now. He can't get over this magic phone where you can find women. It's like
Tinder. That's so funny.
Like unbelievable. So he's like, I'm talking to all these women, man. He's like, and I was like, all right, so you're not like married or anything like that. He's like, no, I'm married, yeah. And then I was like, oh fuck. And does your wife know about this? He looked at me like I was the biggest fucking idiot. He goes,
that's so funny.
He goes, no, why would I tell my wife? What are you talking about?
That's so funny.
And then I, like, as if I was the biggest dope that had ever lived. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, I don't tell her anything. And then I was like, and you have kids? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I have kids. And do they know about any of that? He's like, no. He said, you never tell anyone anything. What are you talking about? You don't tell anyone anything. And that's right. And I goes, and then do these girls that you see or meet up with, do they know you're married? He goes, what? No, you tell nobody anything. You don't tell anybody anything ever.
What does he talk to them about?
Just nothing.
I don't understand.
He doesn't exchange information with anyone about anything. And then I said, but then like if you're on dates with these girls, do they ask? He said, if a girl asks me on a date if they're like, oh, are you married and girlfriend? He said, that is not what this is about. Like this is we are here to have an experience. You know, he has some line of fucking Russell Brandish nonsense.
Yeah.
But so anyway, then I was like to him, Jesus Christ. I goes, so I goes, then but like do you love your wife? Like, you know? And then he says 70%. I goes, huh? And he said, you never love a woman more than 70%. Because if you love them more than 70%, they'll feel that and they'll know you're weak and they'll take advantage. So 70% is the only time. I was like, you seem like a troubled individual. And so he's like, just 70%. And then he said, one day, because I was like, lad, if you're messing this many women, does your wife not? And he said one day, his wife found his phone, right? And she had seen some message from a girl come up. And she came up to him with it, and she's like, what's this? What's going on? And he said if he wasn't strong in this moment, that he could have he would have lost the wife forever. So he literally says to her, he goes, yeah, oh yeah. He said, sometimes I talk to women online. I talk to a few of them. I'm not doing anything with them. I don't meet up with them or anything like that. It's just something that I like to do. You can look through my phone there if you want. Now, if you don't believe me, that's absolutely fine. I'll go up, I'll pack my stuff. I don't care, but that's the truth. That's the way it is. And he just completely
held it
in the moment, held it. And then she just gave him back the phone. She said, no, it's all right. And he just toddled on. And he said, if I was weak in that moment, he said, I would have lost her. But because I was strong, she's mine forever. He was saying this shit. I was like, you're out of your mind.
That's fucking crazy.
I know.
What's mad about that is like the only function she's serving in his life, I say the only as if it's not massive, she's just cleaning all of his stuff, cooking for him. Like she is just a fucking maid at that point.
Yeah. Well, 70%, you know.
Jesus Christ.
But then anyway.
What a fucking way to live your life.
But then get this, right? So then I was like to him, I said, but then was there ever any time that you loved like a girl more than 70%? He was like, one time. He's like, back in my village in Senegal. I think he lived there. He was like, back in Senegal. There was this girl and I loved her. And she was the earth, the moon and the stars. And I wrote poetry to her. And I told her that I loved her and showered her with affection and told her she was the most beautiful woman alive. And then she cheated on me with a guy with one eye. And I was like, what? He goes, he had one eye. And you could see then as he drove on, like, that has shaped every
That's always
single
the story,
thing.
isn't it? That's like that. You know the story of like Patrice. People go, "Oh, Patrice does very like misogynistic stuff," and you hear like there's just the odd interview where he talks about, "Yeah, I used to write women poems and really fall for them and be so romantic and like dote after them, this, that, the other, and then they cheated on me," and then he was like, "And that was it."
Yeah.
That was it. And it was just like, oh God, that one souring experience is just so horrific for them.
I know, but like think of it, this man writing these poems like just the sun, the wind dances for you, my dear. And then he walks around the corner and she's getting eaten out by some guy with one eye. And then from ever after that, it's just like 70%. You don't
70%.
You don't tell anyone anything.
And all that is him just going, you got to keep yourself safe.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, we're fucked. Otherwise, you might get hurt again and feel bad things.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, I've realized that we were supposed to do an ad read today, so we'll record it after the podcast and put it in the middle. Yeah.
Oh, shite.
I forgot because remember we didn't have the script for last time, but we'll have the script for this time. I'll get it up on my phone, we'll record it and we'll plonk it in. So you will have already have heard this. The ad that will have been happened. A reminder about Manscaped sponsoring the thing. If you could go use our discount code and all that stuff, which we have said earlier, and will be in the description of this on YouTube and on podcasts, that would be fucking class because they don't trust us yet.
No, and
we would like to cultivate
right.
this relationship.
That's
well,
right.
They are right to not trust us, given that we forgot today.
Yeah, no, they're right. So in Patreon, I want to talk to you more about the conscription thing. I think that's very interesting. I have another few stories from Glasgow.
I've also been on tour for a week, and you haven't asked me a single question about it.
I know, lad, but listen, we're gonna nail that. We're gonna nail that.
I love the one point the conversation dipped, and you leaned in to ask me a question. I was like, he's gonna ask me about the tour, and you went conscription.
Right. But you know what, lad? Like, you do have to just take the bull by the horns, like, and just say your thing. Do you know what I mean?
That's funny.
Like at this point,
no, I know.
I'm just like, I didn't get asked about it, so I'm like, I'm telling you, just tell me the thing. Do you know what I mean?
I forget how conversations with you work.
Jesus Christ! Don't you know
There's no waiting to be asked about something.
Right? It's it's gonna be a tough time for you. Okay,
good.
Patreon.
Get the Manscaped stuff. I'm on tour at present. The tickets that I would love to shift some more for Exeter, Poole, Northampton, Birmingham. There's a third Galway on sale. And I think we're going to extend the tour, so keep an eye out and keep sharing all the stuff. And thank you so much to everyone who's come so far. You've been very, very cool. Sign up to the Patreon to hear more about stories from the tour thus far.
So I have put on sale. Cork has just got on sale.
Nice.
Limerick's on sale.
Nice.
Galway has just gone on sale.
Nice.
In the last few days. The second show in Dublin. Keep going to all of them, and then in England, we need more tickets. Leeds, Hull, Southampton.
Nice.
Fucking nice. And all the rest of them. Just look up MikeRiceComedy.com. I'm coming to you. The show is cooking. Everyone's been called a pedo. You'll love it.
Patreon.com/parenting.
Noise.
Goodbye.
Noise.